Once upon a time, in the darkness of the primordial void, dragons were born, and each of them had the most radiant color on their wings. Some were sparkling yellow, others dazzling white, some bright red, electric blue, and the emerald green. But one of them was not radiant or dazzling. He was not sparkling or shiny. His wings were dark. His whole body was dark. He looked like the darkness itself. And as he moved through his siblings, intoxicated by their beauty, he noticed that nobody was commenting on his. And as he gazed at his wings and limbs, he could barely see it, for he was the same color as the darkness around him. And he could see a red dragon bringing fire, and the yellow bringing the winds. He could see the green dragon create lands with tall trees and green grasses. The blue dragon brought water and started oceans and rains and rivers. And the white dragon brought mountains and snow. And meanwhile, the dark dragon looked at all of them, witnessing the immense beauty and the creation that the dragons were bringing. The worlds that they were building just with one sway of their wings. And meanwhile, he had no color to give. He had nothing to contribute towards those creations. And he grew sad. And so in his sadness, he started to turn away from all the creations of his siblings. He could no longer witness them, for it caused him so much sorrow. He couldn't help himself but feel like a failure, like there was something wrong with him for not having a color. And so one moment, he turned away and moved so far that he no longer could see his siblings and their beautiful, majestic worlds. It was just him and the primordial darkness of the void. And perhaps he spent millennia in that state, for he could not say. In the absence of his siblings, he himself became part of the darkness. All until one moment when suddenly he saw a spark somewhere far away, yellow and white, and he plummeted towards it. And as he got closer to it, he noticed that that was the sun. A star burning so bright and so vibrant that he gasped in its presence. Perhaps I can ask the star for a color, he thought. And as he got closer and closer, he felt the heat on his wings and the body. But it did not stop him. He laughed and moved forward until he heard the sun. "Dear dragon, what is it you seek here?" And the dragon told the sun about his siblings and his own lack of color, of feeling like he failed them, like he failed the Mother Darkness and couldn't create lands and beauty. "Oh, dear one," said the sun kindly, "whilst you try to be like your siblings, you didn't notice the beauty of the color that you were given. For all the colors come out of darkness. And it's only in the presence of the light that one can see them. Look at your wings. Look at them now." And the sun threw a sun ray at our dragon. And as he looked, he could not believe it, for he was iridescent. Not one, not two, but hundreds and thousands of colors shining from him, reflecting the beauty of the sun in the most magnificent way. The dragon exploded with joy, throwing his wings widely open and stretching his body, letting the light shine away from him as far as possible. Thousands and thousands of colors. And the darkness lit up in iridescence. "Go," said the sun. "Go to the lands that your brothers and sisters have built and bring magic to it. Bring the iridescence to those lands and places." And as the sun said so, in that instant, he was amongst his kind. His siblings were ecstatic to see him, now with iridescence of colors that he brought on his wings. "Come," they said, "let's fly and leave this beauty on all that we've created, for that is exactly what we all were lacking." And as they flew through the forest and mountains and rivers and oceans, everywhere they went, there was a trail of rainbow left behind them, a trail of iridescence and magic, a kind of magic that appears when one dares to look where nobody else looked, when one dares to face themselves, to find out their true colors. And truly, nothing can exist without a little bit of magic.